One of the great things about Classic Tractor Fever is the way it brings families together, fathers and sons, grandfathers and grandsons. And right now we're going to talk to the Hewett family, Donald and Tracy, about the family tractor. Tell us about it, Donald.
Well, I was growing up with it back in the 60s on the farm, and me and my brothers, and it's still here today, and my son is now involved in it. Even though I'm retired from farming, and where he stays at, he's got a little tract of land there. He keeps the tractor mobile, keeps it running, and does a little garden with it, and it brings back a lot of memories, a lot of us coming up on that tractor. I can tell some stories I don't need to, but they bring back, like I said, they bring back some really, really favorable memories of me and my brothers that was on that tractor also. And it was just good times back in those days. They were hard times, but they were still good times.
Now this is a 1962 Oliver 440. Do you remember when your dad got it new back in 1962?
Yes, I do. I can't recall direct date, but yes, it was like a child on a Christmas morning. That's the way it was. That's the way it seemed to me. I didn't realize I was going to be out there sweating in that field, and taking the heat and the dust and all the elements comes with it. But that was part of our life.
Yeah, that was your livelihood, your dad's livelihood. What did he use the tractor for?
Cultivating and repairing the land, mostly cultivating, like tobacco, planting tobacco with it, cultivating it, doing all the garden work with it, other than the heavy-duty disting that we did with the other tractor, Oliver 550.
Now I understand there's really at least 3 generations involved in this tractor now. You and Tracy, your son, and your grandson, all taking care of this tractor, driving it in parades and all that kind of stuff. Tracy, tell us a little bit about what you like about this Oliver 440 the best.
I like using this tractor as far as using it at home, in the fields. I take care of about 5 acres with it, doing gardening. Actually going to do probably 4 acres of corn with it this year. It's just a very universal tractor, all around good tractor to use for its age.
And what's it like to drive it?
It's very good. Like I say, for its age, I love running it. I can sit on it for hours, even with a hard seat. I can run it for hours. I just love doing it.
And tell us a little bit about what it's outfitted with. What's the unit on the side?
Right now it's with a fertilizer distributor. I've got it set up for side dressing corn, and as soon as we leave here we'll be setting it back up for setting rows with it and putting fertilizer out with a middle buster.
Is that kind of pretty amazing to you that here you are 50 years, 60 years later after your granddad bought it, that you're still making good use of an Oliver?
Yes, it is. Very much so. I try to keep the tradition because it could go newer and do bigger and better things, but I like the tradition and just keeping the heritage going.
And Donald, do you guys ever have to kind of fight a little bit over who gets to drive it? I know it's not on your land all the time, but so Tracy kind of maybe has first choice, but do you kind of get crossways trying to figure out who's going to drive it in a parade?
No. We just take turns at it, whatever. We just enjoy it, and hopefully the spectators can enjoy a little bit of what life was back in the 50s, 60s.
And here in North Carolina, this was really kind of the right kind of tractor for growing tobacco and corn and the size of farms that you all had here.
Yes, it was for our size, and we did get a little larger and got some more tractors. Yes, overall, this tractor here was one of the main sources of our income.
And Tracy, when you go to tractor shows or you come to the Southern Farm Days, do you see very many Olivers out there these days?
440s, absolutely not. They are a rare tractor, less than 2,000 of the 440s made, so no. Do see quite a few other Olivers, but not the 440s.
And I know that you still work this tractor and it's kind of in its working clothes. Do you feel like you're going to keep it that way, keep that heritage going of the original look?
Absolutely. No plans on painting it. I just keep it oiled up and taken care of.
And Don, tell me a little bit about what you think about when you see Tracy or his son driving this tractor, and you think back on your dad having this tractor on the farm back in the day.
It just brings back good memories of when my dad purchased this tractor back in the 60s, and just makes me feel good to know that this tractor is still being part of our inheritance to carry on, even though it's just small stuff to us, but it's still going, and just love it.
Still going and still making a difference for the family.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
All right, Tracy and Don Hewett, thanks so much for sharing the story of the family Oliver 440.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's right, the Oliver family, the Hewetts, they've made a living with this tractor for a good long time, and it's going to stay in the family for a good long time. Hey, thanks for catching Classic Tractor Fever. If you'd like to see more Oliver tractors, be sure to check out these other great stories. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button to keep our Oliver tractor stories rolling.